Hello, I'm the Online Guitar Guy, and on this video I'm going to teach you how to play Hicktown by Jason Aldean. But before we get started, let's tune our guitars first. 6th string E. 5th string A. 4th string D. 3rd string G. 2nd string B. 1st string E. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to play the chords to the song. The first chord is going to be a C sharp power chord, and you're going to play that by putting your first finger on the 4th fret of the A string, your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger on the 6th fret of the G string. That's going to sound like this. Okay, now the next chord I'm going to show you here is going to be an E power chord. And the way you're going to play that is by just putting your first finger on the A string and the D string on the 2nd fret, just holding down those two strings. And you're going to only play those two strings. Okay, the next chord that I'll show you here is going to be an F sharp power chord. And the way you're going to play that is by putting your first finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A string, and your 4th finger on the 4th fret of the D string. Okay, now in this next part of the song, I'm going to show you a few chords here. You're going to start with a B chord played on the 2nd fret, the power chord, your first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger on the 4th fret of the G string. From that chord you move to a B flat, which is just 1 fret down, same fingering. Then following that chord you'll start from the E string on the 4th fret. You're going to have the same fingering, first finger on the 4th fret of the E string, your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the A string, and your 4th finger on the 6th fret of the D string. And from that chord you move down 2 frets to the 2nd fret, playing an F sharp power chord. And then you'll play that E chord that I showed you, the first finger on the A string and the D string on the 2nd fret. So altogether that's going to sound like this. Okay, so now let's get to learn how to play the song. Now, in the intro of the song and a good portion of playing this song, you're going to play this chord and this little riff here, which I'm going to show you right now. I'll show you how it sounds first, and then I'll show you how to play it. Okay, so now I'll give you a little close-up here to give you a better view of what I'm doing. You're going to start by playing a C sharp power chord with your first finger on the 4th fret of the A string, your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger on the 6th fret of the G string. You're going to play that chord twice, and then you're going to go into the little riff there. Okay, so now what I'm doing there is I'm playing the chord twice the first time. I'm going to go to the 2nd fret of the A string, my first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. Then moving up to the 4th fret on the A string with my 3rd finger. Then I'll play the D string on the 2nd fret with my 1st finger. My 2nd finger goes on the 3rd fret of the D string. And then the A string on the 2nd fret and the 4th fret again. So you play that little riff there I just showed you. And then you're going to play an E chord, which is just your first finger on the A string and the D string. Played on the 2nd fret as you see there. And then you're going to play an F power chord, which is your 3rd and your 4th finger on the A and the D string on the 4th fret. Okay, now this whole section that I just showed you here, this is pretty much what the song is based around. A lot of the songs we played with this little part that I showed you here. So let me just show it to you now in regular time. Now when you listen to the song, you notice that's played throughout the entire song. The only time it's going to change to a different set of chords is when you get to the chorus of the song, which I'll show you how to play next. Okay, now when you get to the chorus of the song, you're going to play a C sharp power chord, which I showed you before. You're going to play the E power chord on the 2nd fret, the A and the D on the 2nd fret. And the F sharp power chord on the 2nd fret. Your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. Your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A string. And your 4th finger on the 4th fret of the D string. So that's going to sound like this. Now after you play it the 3rd time, you're going to end it by playing a B power chord starting from the A string on the 2nd fret. Just basically moving down from the F chord down a set of strings, the same fingering. Your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger on the 4th fret of the G string. You're going to play B, B flat, which is just down 1 fret. You're going to play A flat, which is starting from the E string, same fingering on the 4th fret. Your 1st finger on the 4th fret of the E string. Your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the A string. And your 4th finger on the 6th fret of the D string. Then from that chord, you'll move down 2 frets on the same string, strings to the F sharp power chord. And then you'll play that E chord that I showed you again. And then you go back into the original verse. Okay, so after you play that, like I said, you're just going to go back into the original verse. And you're just going to play that whole thing over again until you get to the chorus again. Okay, so let's try playing the song now. You ready? Here we go.